On the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass. We ballin' no. Knuckle up or buckle up. I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or gossip go.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. And you already know what's going down today, bruh. Y'all already know. So guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off. Cut! Okay. All right, how's everybody doing today? Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this is Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast, or that there podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And I'm going to tell you, another week goes by, some more topics come up. I just hope everybody is doing well, doing fine, doing good on this rainy, ugly day that we have had in the Richmond, VA. Okay, luckily for me while I was at work, when I went to work this morning, it was ugly. It was ugly. I was like, Lord, this is the type of day it's finna be. But when I got up to Fredericksburg, it was all good. It was still, still cloudy, misty, maybe raindrops from here to there, but I didn't leave soaked. My drawers won't stick into my leg when I came back to Richmond. So that's all good. I can't complain. But like I said, I hope everybody is doing well, doing good. Today is Thursday, March the 18th, 2021. And the weekend is here, and it's crazy because we already in the second half of March. We already are about finished with a quarter of the year already. Pretty soon we're going to be talking about 2022. That's just how I go, particularly when you're an adult. Time flies. Time flies, especially when you just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. It flies when you're just going to work, and it flies faster when your ass is having fun. Holla at your boy. But before we get into sports, people, this is how I'm going to start off with a little life topic. Who watched the Grammys? Just curious. Who watched the Grammys? I didn't, okay? And I'm not saying that to try to be funny. I really don't watch the Grammys. I haven't watched the Grammys like from start to finish probably since Michael Jackson died. And then after that, I probably hadn't done it since I was a kid, because when I was growing up, particularly if it was at my grandparents' house, that watching the Grammy or the Oscars and stuff like that, that was just more like that was a family thing. Everybody would be gathered up in the living room and we'd watch it. But, since I've been grown, like outside of Michael Jackson dying, I don't watch the Grammys. I don't. But I did watch that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performance. And I watched it because it was trending. And I knew that they were going to perform WAP, which I thought was special. I just kind of chuckled when I heard that before the Grammys. I was like, wow, are they going to perform WAP at the Grammys? How's that going to turn out? Well, it started some shit. What can I tell you? It started some shit, preferably between Cardi B and Candace Owens. And first of all, I did not realize how much Candace Owens and Cardi B were actually going at each other. Over the last, I'd say, year and some change. But Candace Owens went on Fox News, I think the day after the Grammy, and was like, just really trashing the WAP performance and saying that, Cardi B is what's wrong with America, and, you're having kids or girls thinking it's okay to take their clothes off and whatnot. And, of course, Cardi B clapped back as only Cardi B can, and then all of a sudden the Twitter fight started, and I'm not trying to be funny, but the Twitter fight started, and it went from it's turned into a cat fight real quick, because then you have basically Candace Owens saying that Cardi B is like I said, what's wrong with America? Then you have Cardi B, who kind of, I think, gets her rocks off by being in these little beefs and whatnot. She's saying, thank you for giving me more views. And then, it got personal. Cardi B started going personal as far as saying that Candace Owens' husband cheated on her with her brother. And then Candace Owens claps back and is like, the only husband who's out there cheating is yours. And now all of a sudden we got Candace Owens suing Cardi B, talking about suing Cardi B for defamation, and Cardi B, like, well, I'm gonna sue you, So it was just it was just a real big back and forth. And I'm like, yo, first of all, don't nobody need to file no damn lawsuit. It was an argument. It was a cat fight. That's really what it was. It was an argument. It was a cat fight, and it's clearly personal because while I'm going to say this, and I hope that nobody tries to throw any shade on me because I'm not a Candace Owens fan, because to me, she acts like she's ashamed to be black. She really does. She acts like she acts like that her black skin is better than everybody else's black skin. Let's put it that way. And I'm not a fan of hers. But the message as far as the lyrics, the sexual content that's being displayed, she's not wrong. She's not wrong about that. I'm going to be honest. She's not wrong. Now, as a man, did I enjoy that performance? Hell yeah. And I watched it on YouTube. Yes. But as a girl dad, would I want my daughter watching that? At least until she's old enough to the point where she's going to watch it and ain't a damn thing I can do about it? No, I don't. I wouldn't want my daughter watching that. I don't. I wouldn't. As a girl dad, I think that the lyrics that are and some of the rap songs today are raunchy and graphic. But guess what? I was hearing raunchy rap lyrics like that 25 years ago. And you know why it still exists? Because people enjoy it. Now, the one thing why I say that Candace Owens isn't wrong and feeling, in the statement that she made is because, one, that's her opinion. She's free to have whatever opinion she chooses to have on that situation. And two, I'll say this, and I'm being dead ass serious. If that same, now people are going to jump down, particularly, us black people are going to jump down Candace Owens' throat because we don't like her. I'm straight up. And for those reasons that I gave earlier, she acts like she's ashamed to be black. Like her, Jason Whitlock, Stacey Dash, even though Stacey Dash is trying to come back on, she's trying to come back to the melanin side, but we kind of like giving her the Heisman. You ho. But I will say this. If the same comment that Candace Owens made had come out of the mouth of Michelle Obama, nobody would be saying anything. Now, I'm being dead ass serious. If Michelle Obama had came out and said the same thing that Candace Owens said about the content, the lyrics, and overall criticizing the performance, because it was so, because it was sexual, I guess, then us as Black America would probably be looking at Cardi B with the shame on you face. But that didn't happen. Now, see, me personally, if I'm not going to direct my energy at Cardi B for the performance that she had, because that's how she make her money. That's what she do. She's an entertainer. That's how she makes her money. Don't get on her for doing what she got to do to get that bag. The network let it go. CBS and Viacom knew that they were going to do that type of performance. And then, so my problem with Candace Owens is Cardi B wasn't the only person out there. She's aiming all of her criticism and vitriol at Cardi B. Specifically, Cardi B, you're what's wrong with America. Megan Thee Stallion was out there too. Have you heard Megan Thee Stallion songs? She's one of my favorite artists. actually when she's rapping about stuff other than, twerking and working, but she was out there too. She was showing a lot too. So, that's why nobody is taking you seriously for real, because it is obviously personal, because WAP is a song. It's not just Cardi B on the song. It's Megan Thee Stallion. And they both talking about whatever. You know what I mean? They're both talking about what, we all know what WAP stands for. I'm talking WAP, WAP, WAP. And so I think, while I don't think she's wrong in the grand scheme of her point, but there are people who are entertained by it, like myself. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I wouldn't want my daughter listening to it, but I know, for one, I'm a parent. That's my job, to keep my daughter from listening to such things or seeing such things. Now, there's going to come a point in time where my daughter is going to be watching stuff like this, and there's not going to be a damn thing that I can do about it, because she's going to have friends at school who have phones. There's going to be times where the parents aren't around and you're sneaking and watching this type of video just because it's what's popping with your friends. I mean, shit, I did it, you did it, we all did it. Hell, I remember sneaking in the hallway in elementary school with my cousin, my cousin David, listening to Doggy Style, the real version, okay? And I was, 10 years old. My mama didn't know. I remember having a radio in my room and getting a copy of The Chronic and playing it real low, just low enough to where I could hear it, but low enough that nobody else could. And that was when I was my son's age. You feel me? So it's gonna happen, but prevent it as long as possible. That's what parenting is for. I ain't mad at an entertainer for entertaining and making their money. You understand? I'm not mad at that one bit. But like I said, I understand the premise. I'm not going to knock Candace Owens for her opinion. My problem with her is you're only directing it at one person. And it was two people on stage. Plus, you have the fucking network who knew that this was going to happen. Okay? Which brings me to my next point of articles where the FCC received tons of phone calls about complaints about that very same performance. I'm like, bruh, huh? Wait a minute. Time out. I gotta take a sip. It doesn't surprise me, though. The FCC received complaints over the performance of WAP. And I bet you it was old. I bet you it was old people. Because it can't be parents. It can't be parents. It can't be parents from the range of in their 20s to in their 40s. I refuse to believe that, because that's up to you to control that situation as far as your kids go. I believe it was some old ass people, probably some old ass women that was mad because their husbands was probably watching and enjoying the hell out of it. Yes, FCC, my husband's Woody Woodpecker hasn't stood this tall in a very, very long time. I am offended. This is absurd. This is absurd. Plus, these are black women. I mean, for real. It's crazy the stuff that we pick and choose to fuss at. Like, now, I don't know this to be factual, but it's just a curious question. When Madonna and Britney Spears were acting like they were about to have scissor action on the stage, was it many FCC complaints? Or when Miley Cyrus was giving her version, was doing her version of twerking on Robin Thicke, or when Nicki Minaj used the dildo? No, I'm pretty sure it was FCC complaints about that one. But, we pick and choose. And like I said, man, I'm not mad at the entertainers for entertaining, especially when you know how they're going to entertain. So I'm just more or less like, don't direct your energy at them. CBS and Viacom had to let it roll. They knew what was going to happen before it went live, before they did it live. And, it is what it is. As far as Candace Owens and Cardi B goes, like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, Candace Owens wants to unzip her skin and walk out as I Love Lucy, and Cardi B, she feeds off of that. She really does. And that's free publicity. And Candace Owens too, because she has a new talk show that's dropping tomorrow, and it's now trending because of the beef that she's recently had over the past couple of days with, one of the hottest female rappers in the game. And so it's her capital gain too. And it's just a trip, because who's sitting here laughing? The industry. The industry is sitting here laughing their ass off because they have these two women having a cat fight, and it's just getting a whole bunch of attention, which is more ratings, more streams, and all of that other stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Why do you think that this performance, that this was able to pass with CBS and Viacom? Imagine if that performance had been on BET. Imagine the backlash that would have come up. See, I knew it. Shit like that. So I don't pay that stuff no mind, because that's all this entertainment industry is doing, is sitting back laughing, collecting checks. I mean, when I tell you these were low blows. Like, Cardi was talking about the gender of her husband, and Candace Owens was saying, well, who do you think owns your record label, and who did you sell your WAP to? And that's when we got to the husband comments, and it got ugly. It got ugly real fast. But I'm like, just chill out, man. Fall back, man. But I just wanted to start with that, because that has been a very hot topic. So now I'm gonna get on to my sports and another serious matter. But without further ado, let's get to it, bruh. Now, as anybody who's been keeping up with football lately knows, that Houston Texans superstar quarterback Deshaun Watson wants to be traded away from the Houston Texans a year after signing over $100 million contract. But now we have some things that are going on off of the field that are going to put the trade talks in the back burner for the time being. Yesterday, 2 civil suits were filed against Deshaun Watson by a massage therapist who claims that he touched them or grazed them inappropriately with his man region, or was displaying inappropriate behavior. And Deshaun Watson yesterday said that the lawyer, the attention-seeking lawyer, before even filing a suit, came with a baseless salary basically, of asking for 6 figures. I guess hush money. And I guess, I don't know the details. Nobody really knows the gory details, which, everybody wants to find out. But Deshaun Watson said this isn't about money. He's looking to clear his name. He can't wait. He's never treated women with anything but the utmost respect. And so we're like, okay, well, what's going on? Now today, a third person has filed a civil suit saying that he forced her to have oral sex with him in December of last year. Now, like I said, these are not criminal charges. These are civil suits, and this is now 3 people, according to the lawyer. It is there, there's potential for more. I don't know, but I don't know, because I honestly don't know nobody knows what to believe, but you know how this society is. Whereas we've become a society where we do guilty until proven innocent, in the manner of public opinion. Okay? So, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say, hey, oh, Deshaun Watson, you're a bad person. Why did you do that? Because I don't know. Because for all I know, this could be a money grab. Now, the part that doesn't look good for him is the fact that you have multiple people now, multiple women saying that you've done inappropriate stuff with them. And, you know, the age-old saying where when you have different people saying the same thing, everybody's not lying. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say that Deshaun Watson is guilty because I'm a fan of his. He is one of my favorite players. I've been a fan of his since he was at Clemson. I heard yesterday that one of the places he would like to get traded to is my damn Denver Broncos. I want this shit to go away. I want this shit. Not when I say go away, I don't want, here, take this money. I did it. Take this money and shut the fuck up. No. I want this to not be true. I want him to get this straight so he can move on. I mean, honestly, on real talk, damn whether he come to the Broncos or not, I want him to get this situation handled so he can move on with his career and his life. Okay, so I mean, the lawsuit was filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby, and he said on Instagram that there are 9 total cases against Watson so far, and only 3 lawsuits have been filed, civil lawsuits. Now, see, here's my one problem with that. This is my problem with that. If somebody sexually harassed you, sexually assaulted you, to me, it rubs me the wrong way. And I'm not going to sit here and say nobody's lying. I'm not going to sit here and say that somebody's lying. But what I'm saying is that what rubs me the wrong way is that if you feel that you have been wronged in a physical, sexual manner, why aren't you filing a criminal lawsuit instead of a civil lawsuit? That's what rubs me the wrong way. Because if I feel that somebody has sexually harassed or sexually assaulted me, or if I think that somebody has sexually assaulted my daughter, I'm not asking for money. Fuck the money. I'll ask for money once your bitch ass is in jail. I'm being dead serious. So that rubs me the wrong way because I'm like, okay, you're saying that he grazed you with his man region or whatever, and then you're saying, okay, well, he forced me to have oral sex. Forcing somebody to have oral sex is rape, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, he forced me to have oral sex. Now I want to check. No, he forced you to have oral sex. He need to be locked up if this is true. That stuff makes me think that there's an ulterior motive here. Now, like I said, I don't know that to be true. That just rubs me the wrong way. Because, like I said, I feel that somebody has wronged me in that fashion, bro, I don't want the first thing I'm not coming for is money. I'm coming for quote unquote justice. I want your ass locked up. I mean, I'm being so serious. Like, that, I mean, to me, that makes the most logical sense. Like, I know one masseuse said that she felt uncomfortable with the way he was acting. I don't know if feeling uncomfortable is means for a civil suit. I don't know. I mean, but you have grazing with the genitals, and then you have forcing to have oral sex. And like I said, the last one, if somebody forced you to have oral sex, bruh, you should file a criminal charge. Not no damn civil suit. I mean, that's like saying, okay, well, I did what he wanted to do, so he should at least pay me. Huh? I mean, I'm serious. I'm being dead serious. So now he finds himself in a sticky situation. Now, as far as his trade value, I think that hurts his trade value. I think that hurts his trade value because now every team that's interested in him, it would be irresponsible to not gather up the facts, do their due diligence, and see what comes about with this. With this case. Now, mind you, this isn't a criminal case, so we're not even talking about him having jail time. We're talking about civil suits where he would just have to pay people. But with that being said, Article 49 in the NFL Constitution is you don't have to be charged with a criminal act for the NFL to deal with you. Meaning that, once this all goes away, let's just say for the sake of argument that he just pays everybody off. The NFL can still suspend his ass because that's conduct detrimental to the league. You're making the league look bad. So they can do that. Antonio Brown hasn't been charged like he's been accused of, but there has not been a judge that has slammed his gavel and said you're guilty, or a jury that said you're guilty. He hasn't been charged with shit, but yet he suffered a 8-game suspension before joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of the allegations, because it made the league look bad. That can happen to Deshaun Watson. It's perfectly within Commissioner Roger Goodell's power, once the dust settles and the smoke clears, for him to suspend Deshaun Watson because this makes the league look bad. Now, Deshaun Watson has a flawless track record, and sometimes them be the ones you got to look out for. I'm not trying to be funny, because I want him on my squad. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I want this stuff to get out of the way first. And if by chance that he is innocent of everything that they're saying that he is guilty of, if he is honestly 100% truly innocent, bruh, you're making $40 million a year. Hire an athletic personal masseuse, one that you can build a rapport with, and not hiring masseuse off Instagram, bruh, because you don't know what these women's ulterior motives are. I'm just saying, if he's innocent, I guarantee you, matter of fact, like I said, this ain't a criminal charge. Now, if he has to come out of his pocket, really deep, he'll probably learn that same lesson. Just hire a personal athletic masseuse. And just do your best to keep your nuts to yourself. For real. Because this has got, the last 48 hours hearing about Deshaun Watson has been motherfucking crazy. Aside from everything else that we've heard about him in regards to his wanting to be traded, his demanding to be traded from the Houston Texans, now we're hearing about this. Houston now, the Texans now have all the leverage. Because, well, when I say they have all the leverage, I guess when it comes to them saying that he's our quarterback, because if he don't want to show up, he's not going to show up. But if he's going to end up having lawyer fees to pay, it would behoove his ass, and he has the biggest lawyer in Houston. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but this lawyer has handled high-profile cases in the state of Texas. He handled Roger Clemens, Warren Moon. He is big time. And so if he's going to have to come out of his pocket, it might behoove him to show up to training camp and make sure you get your checks, especially if you're going to have to deal with lawyer fees now. My dude, I'm being dead ass serious. I'm being dead ass serious. Okay? So I wanted to hit that topic on Deshaun Watson. Now I'll go to notable NFL free agent signings. And let's see. Well, I believe I touched on J.J. Watt going to the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. Pretty sure I did. If I didn't, hey, J.J. Watt went to the Cardinals. One thing I didn't touch on was the Washington football team, or as I used to call them, the DC Dickage. I stopped calling them that because they won the division. They did release Alex Smith about a week ago. I don't agree with it. I didn't agree with it then. I still don't agree with it now. They just signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, okay, cool, whatever. But I don't agree with them releasing Alex Smith simply because he was winning. I understand as far as the injuries goes. I mean, they said something last week that kind of made me laugh. They said, well, what if he gets hurt again? Well, that's the same question that 31 other teams have about 31 other starting quarterbacks. What if he gets hurt? You know, of course, we don't wish that. We understand the injury that he came from. But Alex Smith's career record with Washington was 11-5. Okay? In 2018, he was 6-4. And really should have been 6-3, but the game he had that devastating injury was against the Houston Texans, and they were winning. Washington was 6-3 at the time. They were winning that game. Then he got hurt and they lost that game, but because he started that game, the loss goes to him, kind of like a pitcher in baseball. And then last year, he was 5-1 as a starter, so 11-5. Okay. He would have a whole offseason to heal. He's already been back playing. The injury that he had, you know, the reason why he was nicked up at the end of this past season didn't have anything to do with his catastrophic injury. And he still had one more year left on his contract. So me personally, I wouldn't have cut him, but they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, and then now they signed Curtis Samuel today. I guess that's a decent move. I mean, I'm not at all with him as a receiver. I mean, because they already have a receiver that I'm at all with. Terry McLaurin is a beast. And top to bottom, I believe that Washington has the best roster in the NFC East, a division to me that gets way too much pub because most people want to still talk about them yamp-ass Cowboys. But Washington has the best roster. But I don't believe in Fitzpatrick because Fitzpatrick's MO is he might start the season and wow you. He may have the first 4 games of the season. He may throw up out of the first 4 games, 2 of them or 3 of them, he might throw for over 400 yards. And they might start 3-1. But eventually, Ryan Fitzpatrick fizzles. When you need him most, he burns out. The Fitz magic disappears. No pun intended. So, I've actually heard some people saying, hey, Washington is going to win the division again because they got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick has been in the league, what is this? 15 years? He's been in the league like 15, 16 years? Never been in the playoffs. Ever. Washington is his 9th team. His 9th team. Okay? He's never been to the playoffs. He's never led the team to a wild card berth or division title. The closest he came was 2015 with the Jets. Last game of the season, win this game against the Buffalo Bills, who sucked back then. And what did Ryan Fitzpatrick do? He turned back into Ryan fucking Fitzpatrick and threw 3 interceptions. Jets lost. They finished 10-6, but they missed out on the playoffs. Now, I would like to see Ryan Fitzpatrick go to the playoffs because, I mean, hey, you last that long in the NFL. I mean, damn, Josh McCown got playing a playoff game with the Eagles when Carson Wentz got hurt conveniently. But, I mean, so, I would like to see him be in a playoff game. But am I pushing my coins to the table with Ryan Fitzpatrick? I mean, you have a great defense. I mean, the parts are there with Washington. They are right there. Their defense is the best in the division. They have a solid running game. They have skill position players, receivers, tight end, running back. They have it. Everything is in place except for a staple at the quarterback. A staple at the quarterback position. Now, if they came out yesterday and said Alex Smith is going to be our starter for the 2021 season, I'd say, oh yeah, Washington's winning that division, hands down. Washington is going to at least win 10 games. Yeah. Because everything else around the quarterback position for Washington has improved during this offseason. Yeah. With Fitzpatrick, I mean, he's a great locker room guy. People love him. But do you love him? I mean, you love him when he's throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. But then when he throws for 4 interceptions and 220 yards, how you feeling then? That's all I'm asking. And then the New England Patriots went on a spending spree, unlike the New England Patriots have done. Bill Belichick had a lot of cap room. He had a lot of cap room, and he's made some moves. Now, there's no moves that I can say, wow, but considering you think about all the players that are coming back who opted out, particularly from the defense for COVID this past season, that will be returning this season. And so who did you sign? Like, your tight ends haven't been shit since Gronk left, so you signed Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, two good tight ends. So you'll get production. It ain't like it'll be Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, but it'll be it'll be a whole hell of a lot better, because then you re-sign Cam Newton to a 1-year deal. And what was when Cam Newton had his best season, who was his leading receiver? The tight end, Greg Olsen. So you're building around what you have at quarterback, and that's smart. You signed Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. That's all I have to say about that. It's better than what you had. So, I mean, I guess that's a positive there. And that's only if Aguilar catches the damn ball, because Aguilar nor Kendrick Bourne, make my nipples clamp. I mean, just being honest. So they had some good. They got Judon. They signed Judon from the Ravens. So basically, Belichick is signing savvy football players who I think the Patriots will go to the playoffs next year. If they stay healthy, in a manner of speaking, because the NFL, everybody gets hurt. But with the roster that he's putting together currently, it's not going to knock your socks off, but they won 7 games last year, and they've pretty much had nothing. You know, they won 7 games. They really didn't have much. They're going to have more weapons on offense. They'll have, I believe Belichick will put an elite defense out there. It's now 7 spots, just like, this past season, 7 spots. So, yes, I do believe the Patriots will get the 7th spot. Now, what this may mean is you could possibly be seeing 3 teams from the AFC East go to the playoffs, because Miami has been loading up quietly. They just signed Will Fuller today. Buffalo, they haven't lost anything. Matter of fact, Buffalo just signed Emmanuel Sanders. I don't understand why New Orleans released him, but Buffalo signed Emmanuel Sanders to play alongside Stephon Diggs. Good move. So it's going to be very interesting. The Raiders are cutting everybody. I don't know what the hell is going on in Vegas. I mean, were they that far over the cap? They are cutting everybody. They cut Tyrell Williams. They cut Nelson Aguilar. They cut Richie Incognito. I think they signed him back. But I mean, they are cutting a lot off the top. Drew Brees retired. I didn't make no big deal about that, because I told y'all when Tampa beat up, Drew Brees is washed now. He struggles to throw the ball 20 yards down the field. They re-signed Jameis Winston. What annoys me with New Orleans is this talk of there's a quarterback competition between Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill is not your answer at quarterback. Okay? No, he's not. Either give the keys to Jameis, and just give the keys to Jameis. Get the keys. I think Jameis Winston will do better. They've lost some weapons, though. Tampa Bay has retained everybody, so there's no doubt about it that Tampa will be the team to beat. Have people been paying attention to the Cardinals? The Cardinals, they signed J.J. Watt. They're getting Chandler Jones back. They just signed A.J. Green yesterday to a 1-year deal. A.J. Green, who from 2011 to 2017 was that nigga for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, his play has dipped off considerably over the past 3 seasons. But if you can get the majority of that A.J. Green back, maybe coming back to Arizona will spark some new life in him. But A.J. Green with DeAndre Hopkins, if A.J. has any of that A.J. left in him, Cardinals are making some moves, man. Cardinals are making some moves. Low key. In the toughest division in football. Low key. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Quick news on the NBA. Joel Embiid is out for a couple of weeks. Bone bruise in his knee. That might screw him up as far as winning the MVP. It looks like it's slowly going down to a two-man race between LeBron James and James Harden. I'm just really waiting for playoff time. Milwaukee won a close game at Philly last night in overtime. But you think about it, Seth Curry got hurt, no Joel Embiid. Game still went to overtime. I think Philadelphia is going to be if I'm just looking for Philly versus Brooklyn, that's what I want to see. Philly versus Brooklyn. As far as the West goes, you know, who knows? Lakers will be the favorite. But anyway, with that being said, with a buzzer. Next time on the next show, I'll make it a point to talk about the 2-fight deal that was signed between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I think that's cool. That's cool and all. I don't necessarily agree with, the mandatory 2 fights because there is, Deontay Wilder who was supposed to fight Tyson Fury a third time. But now trust me, he got a check. He got a check to step aside. He got some hush money. You know what I mean? He got some hush money. But I'll talk about that next time. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm finna go in here and go chill. I'm going to chill. I'm going to get in the shower. I'm going to chill. Let's see, what's the proper way of saying this? I'm going to fix a cocktail. And I'm going to watch the newest episode of Snowfall. I had a DVR last night. And I started watching maybe like about 10 minutes of it, but it was getting late. I was like, damn it, I have to be up early. If I sit here and watch this, I'm going to be mad when I wake up in the morning. When that alarm goes off at 4:45 in the morning, I'm going to be feeling some type of way. So I said, I'll just wait to watch Snowfall. But yes, let's see. I mean, I don't know if whoever's fans of it, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all probably have already seen it. I know the last episode, Leon accidentally shot that child. Oh, my goodness gracious. So, yes. Anyway, definitely hit the subscription button. This has been another episode of Sports Plus Life. It's your homeboy, Brandon Brevon Townsend. Seriously, hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. I'm out this year. Peace.